What's up guys, my name is Ryan Snaadt, and today I'm going to be covering the 5 things you need to be considering before you price your videos. Everybody's always curious how to price your videos, and I'm going to be covering my 5 things you have to consider before you go out and price your videos as a videographer. I'm really excited about this one because a lot of people are curious about how to price their videos accordingly. Almost every time when I meet somebody that's a videographer, I wait a couple minutes and then I ask them, so what do you price for this type of video, or what kind of ballpark do you look for this? A lot of people also, when they find out I'm a videographer, they ask what my prices are. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the worst thing you could possibly do as a videographer is post your prices on your website. It's an absolute kill to anything that you could ever do in the future, because people can say in 10 years from now you're like 100 times better and you're doing like premium level quality on things. People could pull a screenshot and be like, hey, this was on your website and I heard that this was it. Also, you want to avoid putting out price ranges too, just because if you put a price range, people are going to look at the lowest number and just assume that's what your project's going to bid at. And with videography, there are so many different variables that go into it that calculating that price can be very different and fishy for each one. So just kind of a free tip there, guys. Do not put your prices on your website. Try and ask somebody for some more information before you bid a price on their project. The first thing in my mind to consider when you're trying to price your videos is the market. So the market's going to change a lot, but for you specifically, it's looking at your local market and or your niche market. What people are charging that are in your space, that are your competitors. So if you're just starting out, your market's going to be a little bit different depending on where you live. I live in the Midwest, so prices for things are typically lower than a lot of other places, but if you live in like LA, Chicago, Dubai, London, some of these other places, it might change depending on where you live. The first thing you want to do is to go out and look and research what other people are charging. If you want to start doing commercial videos and you find out that other people are charging, $4,000 or $5,000 for that, look at their quality. Do you produce better quality videos than this person? If so, maybe you can charge more than them. If their quality's 10 times better than yours, maybe you should look at it a different way. Maybe you should look at pricing yours a little bit lower. And the problem is with this type of thing is that a lot of people in this space, if they're smart, do not post their prices on their website. So you might even consider reaching out to some of their clients and say, hey, I saw that this person did work for you. Would you mind telling me kind of what your budget was for this type of video? Or reach out to the person directly and just ask them, hey, I'm trying to get into the space. What do you charge typically for a baseline for a video? This is really common to find with like weddings. I've found a lot of people are curious kind of what a baseline price for a wedding video is compared to like a commercial gig or something like that. But again, the first thing you want to do is know your market. Aspect number 2 that you want to be focusing on is the value that you can add with your experience that you have. So if you're just starting out, you want to really look at your price and say, okay, if I'm going to charge significantly less because I value the experience that I'm going to gain from this gig. If you've been around 20 years and you're already really, really experienced, your prices are probably going to be way higher because you value the money that you get from that because you run it as your business. But you're also going to value things a lot higher when you have more experience, because typically if you have more experience, you have more skill and you can produce a higher quality product at the end, which is what people want. Undercutting those people can change things a lot because they're used to being the only person in a market. So if you come into a market and there's only one person that does commercial videography and their quality's not very good and they're kind of just running the area pretty well, you can come in and make a pretty big dent in their business very, very quickly. But you just have to make sure that you lead with quality content right away. Aspect number 3 is knowing the level of client you have and their amount that they are willing to pay for a service. This can really change. For a lot of people, they don't realize if they're doing a video for a small business that a lot of times small businesses don't have a lot of cash flow to give to a marketing spend. If you go to a high-paying client, you're also going to be expected to give a very professional output. So if you're not at that level to be making those types of videos, know your worth, know your experience, and price according to that as well. So if you want to make a video for a high-paying client, make sure that you can live up to their expectations and that you've clearly mapped out exactly what they want so you can deliver that to them. Because the absolute worst thing you could do is getting blacklisted by an A-list company because you underproduce on what you said you were going to do. Aspect number 4 is to understand ROI. And for people that are not knowledgeable about the business world, ROI stands for return on investment. So you have to look at your video service as an investment to this client. We'll use a wedding film example here. So if you're going to charge $5,000 for a wedding video, you have to understand from their side of things, why would someone be willing to pay $5,000 for this video? and sell them on the fact that it is an investment in their future because they can go back and watch this video in 20 years and it's going to be so good, it's going to capture every aspect of their day that they're going to relive that day for the rest of their life whenever they watch this video. It sounds too good to be true, but honestly guys, that's what can break you through being a mediocre videographer to going to premium clients, finding premium money out there, and making a full-time living from this. It's selling people on the investment. What will this video give them? But maybe they want to put ad placement behind this. Maybe they want to take a company video and give it out to the world and put it on broadcast television. Those are the types of things when you look at return on investment that can really change your mindset and make you look at how you're going to price your videos according to that. But if they only pay you $500 for a small business video and then they turn around and make $10,000 from that, you're going to be wanting to see how you can price your videos a little more competitively because you're adding so much value to them. So the moral of the story with this tip, guys, is to make sure that you see the value that you've given to a company or a client and price it according to that. My battery just died, so that's cool. Where was I? Oh yes, number 5. So the interest in your project does determine some of the pricing with this. And I know this might sound weird. It's like, Ryan, even if you're not interested in a project and somebody's reaching out to you willing to pay you, why wouldn't you just do it? And it all comes back to really, guys, what you're most interested in doing. Outside of videography, kind of like what makes you tick. Your interest level is going to dictate how much you price your videos. I'll get into a point where my wedding season gets very booked up and I don't want to do any more weddings specifically. I've had to turn down about 4 or 5 different weddings this year just because it's a booking issue, the price is too low, your schedule just gets filled up, and maybe you don't want to be doing weddings every single weekend. So for me, I'm super interested in fitness, and I would probably undercut price just so I could have an opportunity to do some projects that are fitness related. So like if Steve Cook reached out to me, and if Steve, if you're watching this video, love you man, you're a sweet guy, I'll link his channel up below, super cool guy. But if Steve Cook reached out to me and said, hey Ryan, I'd love to fly you out to Fitness Culture Gym, I'd love to have you record 3 or 4 different days in a row, and do a bunch of stuff like that. I have really limited budget. Can you do this? And I would be on the plane before he even hit send on the email. It's so much of a passion of mine that it's combined fitness and video, put them together to make content for people that changes lives. That's something that I'm really passionate about and that I have a lot of interest in. So I'd be willing to undercut price on that. Now if somebody called me and said, hey Ryan, I'd love to have you come over to my house for 5 days and watch me clip my toenails and put it in a time lapse. First I'd be like, ew, you're freaking gross, what the hell, I hate feet. And second, it's nothing that interests me. Any schmuck with a camera could do that. I want to have something that challenges me artistically and challenges me to be more creative. So long story short, guys, find projects that interest you. And if you're not finding things that interest you, try looking in different niches and see what things make you happy, what you love to work on. So be more flexible on things that interest you completely. 100%, I promise you, it will be a life changer if you just do that. So bottom line, better equipment, better quality, more experience, you can charge more money. And if you're just starting out, just throw a number out there and see if they bite. And if you just keep throwing numbers and they bite right away and they don't counter at all, up your price. Kind of a good rule of thumb is after you've done 3 or 4 videos, just up your price 10% every single video you do until you've kind of hit your ceiling that people are willing to pay for you. Because when you get to the top, in a premium level market, you're going to start seeing that about 40 to 50% of people will turn you down or can't afford you. And I know that might seem crazy, you're going to turn away half the people that you're looking for, but if you're charging more money, you're going to get those higher level clients that are great to work with, have bigger budgets to work with, and that are willing to pay more money for a better quality product. And that's where everybody wants to be. Okay, that about does it for me, guys. My name is Ryan Snaadt, helping you grow your brand with video. Make sure to like this video if you made it this far. It really does make a difference, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'll be posting videos every single week just like this one, as well as things to help you grow your small business, entrepreneurship, videography, editing tutorials, and so much more, guys. I'm just super excited to be doing this year. When I first started out in videography, I distinctly remember looking up on YouTube how to price your videos, and there was not a lot of videos out there to help me. So if you're just stumbling into this video and you're a newbie, welcome to the channel. I'm really excited to connect with you. Drop a comment below, say what's up. Okay, question of the day. If you're an experienced videographer, what was the first price that you threw for a video? Did you do it pro bono? Did you do it for a fixed rate? Did you throw some crazy ridiculous number out in the sky and they're like, hell no, I'm not paying you that? I want to hear your guys' experience. Drop it in the comments below. That's some of the best insight comes from what you guys have done in the past, and we can all learn from each other and learn from experiences to see kind of where you fall in this whole world. Pricing is something a lot of people don't want to talk about, so I'm breaking through that right now. It's something we should all be talking about and seeing kind of where you're priced according to other people, so we can all learn and understand kind of what your value is that you're giving to people and what we should be charging for that value. Okay, that does it for me, guys. My name's Snaadt, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.